Good day, my people of goodwill, Edo Pride family members. Una well done, oh, we don't come. If you look my screen, you go see Oga Okpe for screen. And if you look in cap, a new sheriff in town. So we don't get new sheriff. I say make a quick tell you, na run come o. Ajibola waje na to them waje wala o. Today na Monday morning, but na holiday for many places. Civic holiday. If una dey around, mona click. If una dey work, una dey use style dey one eye dey look me. Na well done. Anybody where reach here, Oga, Madam, make una just say hi to Oga Okpe and Madam Edo Pride. Make we bless una quick. Okay, I see wetin Oga dey talk for here just now. Make we bless una quick. Make we bless una quick. Oh yeah, nah. Nothing dey much. How na day? May I say ask una? How na day? Yeah,
yeah, okay.
Okay. Make una say hi, make me self. You see, new sheriff is on not see cap. We get new sheriff. Oga Okpe don't put police cap for head.
I don't be police, so it's just one of those hats that you can easily. You can easily purchase anywhere. So,
yeah. Good day, everybody. Oh, yeah, Oga, greet them. They don't menu.
Yeah, Wahia Wawesi. Yeah, Wahia Wawesi for taking your time to listen to us, what we have to say about our state, about our dear state, about our dear nation. So we will keep, irrespective of what has happened politically in Edo State. So we are here. We are here to keep guiding all of us. We don't know it all, but we are always here to tell the truth, to say it the way it is, and ensure that we are treading the right path. So we're here, Wawesi.
And my lovers too. Una don't hear Oga. Make una not vex for me. Some Saturday I not feel come out. That Saturday some people can't DM me say, Madam, where you? I just day held up. Why we sometimes I know the daytime at all. I could just be busy. So say you can go online from anywhere now, global world. But exactly. If my hand tight, I know if he come live. Now I make why will not if I not come on Saturday, if I not see me on Saturday, not me say I don't shut down the platform. I see there here. Why me say na me and una they run now. Maybe we run out where maybe the new sheriff see or say they do better work. I always salute. I bet una make here now. But if una come, make una say hi. Now you say I don't see you. Say Okonga Wanama. Wabe Buani and making a bewa. Over the weeks, we can't get things where to talk about. Many things. One of the Ogbonge news can be say they carried bill. I don't know whether I don't pass first or second reading because I don't really pay attention. So they can carry bill for Senate, say they want make like in subordination. They want reduce Oba of Benin position. As we've tell no and when we they grow come now, we say Oba of Benin that Benin hierarchy and monarchy na by birth. Not be say he come life, then he can't go use money buy him. Now by bet you have to be born into that family to take that position. And then they're very highly revered. Very, very highly revered. It's not supposed to be political. When they grow come now, apolitical. But right now, it is political. But me say they're not born you for that place. So they can't pass one bill for Senate now. They talk, say they never pass them. I think it's going into the second reading.
Second reading.
So, second reading. Get a hand. Area mama, they try. Second reading say, now so then one carry Oni of Ife and the Sultan of Sokoto, may they come be the head. This and that. I get one smoke man video. Make a your quick player for you, then you go carry the matter because now you want
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Oh yeah, Mona, listen. My people, now well done, now welcome.
Of the group, Professor Sam Gobadia, described the proposed move as ill-conceived and historically unjustifiable.
The Okpebholo, speaking on behalf of the revered and culturally conscious people of Benin, hereby express in the strongest terms their deep-seated disapproval and profound indignation at the widely circulated reports of a proposed bill before the National Assembly. This bill, according to credible sources, seeks to constitutionally enshrine the Ooni of Ife and the Sultan of Sokoto as permanent co-chairmen of the Nigerian Council of Traditional Rulers. It represents a blatant attempt to institutionalize supremacy where none exists.
The group emphasized that the Benin Empire is rooted in centuries of historical sovereignty and must be respected as such.
The Benin people, anchored in centuries of cultural pride and historical sovereignty, vehemently reject any move that seeks to subordinate the imperial and highly revered throne of the Oba of Benin to any other traditional or religious authority under the guise of national unity or representational balance. While the Oba of Benin is currently categorized among the highest ranking traditional rulers in Nigeria, it is absolutely unacceptable, indeed an affront to justice and history, to diminish his stature through unwarranted and biased constitutional manipulation.
Professor Gobadia further warned that the bill has the potential to fracture national unity if not carefully reconsidered.
This bill, therefore, appears to be politically motivated assault on the delicate balance and mutual respect that currently define inter-traditional relations in Nigeria.
They therefore called on the National Assembly to exercise caution and sensitivity when handling matters related to tradition and cultural heritage.
So, Oga, we don't hear that. Oh my goodness, we don't hear that news. How you feel about them?
Yeah, my dear good people of those states and the entire Nigerians that are watching, who are privy to watch this program today. I want to, like I said before, I want to thank you again for for watching our programs.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to break this down in a certain way. First of all, I want to make a very categorical statement that such a move is another step towards state capture. Period.
State capture from Tinubu.
From the government
from
of
the ruling party.
Yes. So it's just such a move is, it's just a step towards state capture. Because as of today, state capture is not complete yet, but to a large extent, they've captured Nigeria. So this is another move towards achieving their aims and objectives. Their aims and objective is to capture the state where no one will be able to say anything anymore. And after that, they begin to execute maybe a phase 2 of their plan. They're still trying to capture Nigeria. It's not fully captured yet, but to a large extent, it's been captured. That's one. And again, I don't want to limit my scope of discussion to our revered monarch, Edo Oba of Benin. I don't want to, because every time you want to speak directly to that, sometimes it becomes emotional. So many people, they take it out of context. So because of that, I want to say, I want to talk about traditional rulers in Nigeria and our Nigerian constitution. So that's how I'm going to look at that. Another thing is that I'm a very passionate Edo man.
Yes, sir.
The Edo people, I explained some time ago, we were the very last in the entire Nigeria that joined. There was no Nigeria then. There was RONC, the Royal Niger Company. So we were the very last in 1897 that joined that RONC, the Royal Niger Company, after the Benin expedition of 1897. So we had our own until 1897, even when there was already a direct and indirect rule, the way it was spelled out by the British. In some part of Nigeria, it was direct rule. In some part of Nigeria, it was indirect rule. The rest is history. Against that backdrop, I also want to say that the last time we were on this program, I spoke about how I did some 10 papers and I read extensively about the constitutional development of the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast eventually metamorphosed into today modern day Ghana. So let me go back again. Let me go back again in history in trying to tackle this constitutional. I don't know. Again, it's not a constitutional amendment.
Yes, I wanted to just ask
that is not a way to amend the constitution. Exactly.
Yeah, so, because it wasn't this traditional monarchy, whatever. It's not in the constitution.
Exactly. So now, so let me go back again and say the Independence Constitution of 1960. Where did they place traditional rulers in Nigeria? After the Independence Constitution of 1960, there was another constitution, which was 1963 Constitution. Where did these constitutions place traditional rulers in Nigeria? So when you look at it, the traditional rulers in Nigeria across board, it was on the residual list. So it was a thing for the state to deal with. So the states, it is within the states. Then we don't have this many states that we have now. So it was under the state. So the states were, and the state government, they will have to recognize these traditional rulers and payments. They come from the state. The federal government, they don't pay any traditional ruler in Nigeria. It comes from the state.
From whatever the state.
Yes. So when you look at that 1960 Constitution and 1963 Constitution, a lot of Nigerians and historians do believe that the 1963 was the best constitution that Nigeria ever had. That's why when you see people that are agitating someone like Bode George, even before the death of the former leader of Afenifere, Pa Adebanjo, he kept emphasizing that if it is possible, let us revert back to the 1963 Constitution. So when you look at the 1999 Constitution as amended today, the way it is, it didn't really speak so much about it, but you will look at it that the traditional rulers, they have always been under the state. They have always been under the state government. So having looked at that telling people now that the issue of traditional rulers, if we look at our history, 1960 Constitution and 1963 Constitution, they were under the residual list. So the 1999 Constitution did not put it under legislative list or concurrent list, because it is not in it's not in a concurrent list, it's not in the legislative list. So I begin to ponder, why is it that someone I think it was from Plateau State. So the way this government works is that an individual is told to go and move a motion and they begin to work on it. So this is not within the jurisdiction of the Senate. This issue of traditional rulership in Nigeria is not within the jurisdiction of the Nigerian Senate. It is not there for them to legislate. So for me, it's an aberration. It's unacceptable that what they are not supposed to be, I see them as a busybody, an interloper.
Yeah, so, because how does that add to the?
Yeah, I see the Senate in this
man on the streets. How does it add to our daily living?
Yeah, so I see the role the Senate is trying to play today. I know that they are trying to work for their paymasters, because when you look at today's Senate, except for Senator Siriake Dixon, the other senator from Borno State, and a few other ones, the Senate is quiet.
Very few.
Yeah. So the Senate is really quiet, and they're scared to speak. Otherwise, the sledgehammer, the sledgehammer will be
like Natasha.
So now let our people begin to understand. I understand what Professor is trying to explain, but let us begin to make it known to these people who intend to capture Nigeria that look, you guys are just busybodies. You are an interloper. This does not have the issue of traditional rulership does not have anything to do with Senate. Absolutely nothing to do with the Senate, unless they now change. If, for example, they first begin to move for a constitutional amendment, amend it in such a way that the traditional ruler will now be something that they can legislate about. That I will understand. Or alternatively, if it is, or they want to amend the constitution. If they don't amend the constitution, how can the Senate be talking about traditional rulers in Nigeria? So it is not.
There's no amendments. So how do they now just slide it in like that?
So I don't think that because if you look at that First Republic, yes, we have seen some traditional rulers in the past. They've meddled into politics. For example, if you go back in history, you see Sir Adesoji Aderemi. He became the premier of Western Region at a certain time. He was a traditional ruler. And also, he
went and contested for the
election. Yes, Adesoji. Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, I'm very sure. Adesoji Aderemi. So he was a traditional.
But don't you think that is better than being in government by proxy?
This idea of being in government by proxy is not known to our constitution.
Okay.
Yeah, that honestly speaking, it is not known to our constitution. So, because when you look at this, like I said, in the 1960 and 1963 constitution, the First Republic, there was a role for our traditional ruler, and that role is to help the state. When I mean the state, I'm not talking about the federal government, the state government, to to help in security, in securing the place. For example, now, when you in Lagos, or for example in our Edo state, you have the Odionwere as the last cadre, and you also have these Okairelis and all that. When anyone move into our villages and all that, these are people who are supposed to know the environment. They are supposed to know where they really the people around them, which is very important. When you talk about security, you have to know the people around you. So I'm of the opinion that we had an administrative chain in the old Benin Empire. So it was so perfect. So their role was to assist in security, knowing the people that is in our environment. So unfortunately, gradually, because of the fact that some of these traditional institutions, they begin to meddle into politics and all that, and that was way back then. Some of them, they became too interested in power sharing, in politics, like Sir Adesoji Aderemi of the then Western region. And we also saw another person, the then Oluo of Owo. I think, the Oluo of Owo. His name was Ade Olateru.
You're trying with all this history.
Yeah, so I think his name is Olateru Olagbeji also. So he also meddled into politics, but unfortunately he was deposed at that time. But later down the road, he regained his throne. He regained his position. So I am of the opinion that why the 1999 Constitution did not make it explicitly clear that our traditional institutions, they are under the federal government. I think that the Senate should be told to take a step backward and look at our constitution. I understand that this current government, they don't respect the constitution, they don't obey the constitution. They just wake up in the morning and begin to do things as if we are a country that has no laws. So these laws have been there. So no one should begin to usurp laws that has been made. The 1999 Constitution did not tell us that our Senate, is within their jurisdiction to begin to legislate things that concerns our traditional rulers. Be it our traditional ruler in Edo State, in Calabar, in any part of the country. All these traditional rulers are under the state government. That's one. Then the other area that I want to talk about, when I say that it is a step towards state capture.
Yes, that's the one we want to understand.
Yeah, Yeah,
why is it of importance now to Tinubu that they have to now start passing these laws?
Yeah. If you remember when I came on air last week, our last program, I said that if the way Nigeria is going, if we are not careful, for you to be a traditional ruler, I made mention specifically, say for you to be an Odionwe, if you are not APC, you will not be allowed to be an Odionwe. If you are not APC, you will not be allowed to be Iyeki. If you are not APC, you will not be allowed to be. Yeah, you will not be allowed to be an.
Playing out right now as we speak.
Okay. So if you are not APC, you will not be allowed to be an
Okairi. To be Iyeki, yes.
Etc. Etc. So, because APC, they've been in power for 10 years in Nigeria now. They've been, they've gotten power. They wanted power and they've gotten power. My question is, what have they done with the power? If you leave APC to be in power for another 20, 30 years, Nigeria will only get worse. It's not going to get better. And I also, when Obedi Ifalui Isibo, Honorable Obedi Ifalui Isibo, when he came and, I asked him a question. I said, what I see is what Nigerians are not saying. What I see is that once state capture is complete, this president will tell Nigerians that he needs another 4 years.
4 years.
In order to be able to achieve, in order for him to fulfill the promises that he made to Nigerians. So from 4 years, he will say, I need another 4 years. So when you look at Ouattara, President Ouattara, when you look at these French, that's what I was discussing with Obedi Ifalui Isibo. When you look around us, our Francophone countries around us, they come in there for 4 years. After 4 years, before you know it, they want to be there for life.
For life president.
I am very, very optimistic that is exactly the leaf that Jagaban is trying to borrow from, where he will want to make himself a life president.
The only brick wall he's going to face is the Northerners.
Yes.
They die for power.
Yeah. And I'm happy that this is I come to appreciate this one.
This is the only savior out of that quagmire you're just talking about.
When you look at the way Tinubu ran over South, the only man standing, Governor Doye Diri. Outside of Doye Diri, he just ran across South, just like that. All the South governors, all of them, they have decamped. I understand that in Edo State, it was stolen. But other than Edo State where it was stolen, and Doye Diri that is standing, all the other ones, they went cap in hand, begging him that they want to be part of him. I'm happy I'm alive to see our South kutone to a Jagaban in such a manner. Edo where a manner book Bianali or Mas a manana lela. I would have expected our South, who had the then King Jaja of Opobo, Nana of Ishekiri, and many more leaders. We still have the Obong of Calabar and all that. These were great leaders. How come that people who came from this area, overnight, Jagaban just ran over them with no resistance, nothing? If, for example, someone is sent to go to jail for 4 years because he refused to decamp to the ruling party that has nothing to offer to Nigerians, 4 years, I don't think it is too much of a big problem. In order to say, this is who I am and I will remain that individual, come rain or sunshine. Wow. But unfortunately, it's like a domino card. When you hit one of those cards, you begin to see the domino.
They just keep falling down.
Domino effect, just like that. They keep falling around. So, when it comes to spending money, I'm very judicious. Yeah, I don't know. I don't gamble.
We were at Las Vegas and
such a beautiful.
It was just wasting money.
Such a beautiful cities. city.
Las
I mean,
Vegas.
our people should be
City of
encouraged to
sin.
go, to go to Las Vegas and see Las Vegas at night and see how beautiful it is.
The lights.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Taj Mahal and all that. So,
Yeah,
so
immediately
this
you
is
touch one card. Oh, I'm the lake.
so,
Oh my goodness, guys.
So-
Mona not play. Mona not they addicted to Emma.
so I'm happy to be alive to see that. But again, we have our northern brothers who will say no, and when they mean no, they mean no.
But right now is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Sir.
So what
Northerners can die for power.
Yeah, what I mean by saying that it is a step towards state capture.
We want
Yeah.
to understand why this is of importance.
Yes.
When people are dying on the streets, there's
Exactly.
insecurity issues.
This
Tinubu goes to a place where 500 are killed at once and tell them to be cautious, to be accepted, to accept their neighbors, not to fight with them. No measures in place. So why is this of importance?
Yeah, this is the importance. So let us assume that without accepting that that's how it is, but let us just play the role of okay, fine, that it works. For example, the first thing is that when you have only two traditional rulers as their head in Nigeria, they'll be given a lot of money. Now he can come around and say any traditional ruler who doesn't fall in line behind all these people, they could be suspended. This time it will be from the federal government.
Oh, just like how the Senate has
exactly.
How they bow to
exactly.
Capture Nikki.
Yeah. So then one day you will see the two chairman of the Traditional Rulers Council in Nigeria. They will come and make a broadcast that all traditional rulers in Nigeria, they have declared to be
support.
They have declared their support for APC. Any of them who refuses to say no, that person will be deposed instantly.
And so quickly.
So now they will start their own campaign. Traditional rulers will begin to go from cities to cities, village to villages, saying that yes, all of us we have declared for APC. So market women have declared for their support for APC. Transport drivers, they have declared for APC. Nigerian, so everyone will now say they've declared for APC. At that time, state capture will be complete and Nigeria will have a one-party state. This is an idea toward making Nigeria a one-party state. So that is the reason why suddenly, after so many years, again, this is 2025. We had independence in 1960. From 1960 till now, the issue of traditional rulers has is under a residual list.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they? Well, for a very long time, we've been agitating that we should practice a true federal system where you have an Edo state where the federal government will not be able to remove a governor from Edo state. An Edo state where the governor will be able to be
independent.
He should be able to control his security and stuff like that. Just the way it is practiced here in Canada or in America. Can you imagine, for example, Trump will tell someone, the governor of New York, and say, "Oh no," they will just rebuff him. There's no place in the Constitution that allows that. A lot of time, where it is convenient for our political leaders in Nigeria, where it is convenient for them, they make reference to the United States and other developed countries. But where it is like, I'm sorry, I know I'm going to take a jab at so many Christians here. Where it is convenient, you see pastors reading from Malachi 3. And it's okay. Sometimes you see
all these fruits to the house.
They need the money. So when they don't need the money, they go to the New Testament and say, so we cannot, in a constitutional democracy, there will be no space for that. Where if it is convenient for our political leaders, they now suddenly they just want to move something that is in the residual list. They just want to move it into the legislative list.
Just like that.
It's not possible. So, for the fact that if they are able to do that without conceding that they will, then suddenly you will now hear that, oh, this the president or the chairman of traditional council rulers in Nigeria, they've declared their support for the current government, and the current government has been doing excellently well. Before you know it, people will have no space to say anything. So that is my own opinion. When it comes to being crafty, I agree that the current president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is so crafty.
Very. That's very where crafty. All his senses go. On your
when it comes to administration, it's very crafty. But when it comes to administration, it's zero. So, where is his wisdom when it comes to administration?
Ereva.
In the history of political parties in Nigeria, we've had the NCNC, Action Group, and so on. We had the NPN, UPN, and it kept coming and on and on and on till today. This is the first time we are seeing the federal government, someone in the federal government who now is trying to truncate democracy by sending mercenaries into political parties to distort their modus operandi, ensure that there's no peace in these political parties. This is the first time. Even we saw Humphrey Wolff was the then INEC. I don't know if it was called INEC. Then we saw Professor Humphrey Wolff. We've seen so many INEC chairmen. This is the first time that INEC is almost becoming a political wing of a political party.
Did you say almost? Sir, they are APC.
Exactly.
It's just that they didn't come out to show you their registration card. INEC is an extension of APC.
I agree with you 100%.
Yes.
Because when
the judges, Supreme Court judges.
When Obasanjo was the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we saw people being prosecuted. People who were occupying public offices, they were prosecuted. Except for Betta Edu, who at the time was suspended. Have we, for 2 years plus now, who in Nigeria have done something wrong that has been prosecuted? Nobody. None. All you just need to do, like Oshomole said, join APC and all your sins will be forgiven.
Yes.
There's no rule of law, there's no law and order, there's a lot of killings everywhere, no security, just nothing. Our president is just interested in state capture. Let me capture this state and we will come and
they will vote for me.
Yeah. And no, I guess he wants to remain as a life president. Because when you look at the reign of Saddam Hussein, he started introducing his son then. You remember when I spoke about dictators like Saddam Hussein,
Idi
Amin, Jim Bede Bokassa and all that. They don't become dictators without having their family member in the cabinet. When Adams Oshomole, when he was the governor of Edo State, I had reason to visit at that time. When you go through the SSS and all that, once you do that, he had his own brother. If he says you are not seeing the government, you are not seeing the government. That's not
only a list of SSS.
No. That's just his own brother.
The person not tell me, no say.
Exactly. When he says no, you are not seeing him, you are not seeing him. So when you begin to see people bringing in their family member into their own administration, then you know that they are not. There are so many things they are hiding. They don't trust any other person, and in order to buttress that, when you look at Buhari, look at him. I understand that. To an extent, I will assess him to be a better president than who we have today.
I mean, Buhari had a small side of him that was okay. At least he didn't meddle into elections.
Elections, yeah, to an extent.
Yes,
So
he didn't meddle into elections. He let it be.
during his tenure, we saw Nigeria was ruled by Katsina, people from Katsina State. So that is not how it is supposed to be. We saw a template from OBJ. We saw a template from Yadwa. We saw a template from His Excellency GJ Jonathan. So why is it that some of these individuals that we are beginning to have today, outside of their wives, they are beginning to sneak in their family members? So that tells you that there are so many things that they are introducing that is an aberration. It's unacceptable. Okay. So for that, when it comes to state capture, I think that's what APC is interested in, and I'm happy that my northern brothers are serious, and I know they will not allow that. And I would say big shame to most of these South political leaders.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. We have a question, but before then, I want to quickly just acknowledge my people. We are like 100 here, and I have 24 likes. Papa, mama, boy, girl, where they watch us. Waiting now, they wait for press that like button now. You see, waiting I get for screen. Welcome to Edo Pride TV. I beg, press the like button and share. Remember to subscribe. Make una not forget. Just press the like button so that YouTube will recommend this channel. If you don't press, it looks like we are buying somebody here, which we are not. If you are enjoying this topic and it's teaching you, taking you to El Dorado, taking you places, please press the like button and share for me. Hello, and I don't have a lot of comments. Where una day? Okay, APC members, it no matter. Now,
all of us we did now. All of us we
are people. All of us stay inside this quagmire where we dey. This shit. This is your filter. Now all of us put there. If una not talk something, I'm not gonna know so na day. I want hail you now. So I go I hail you. Sonny Demi, I see you there. Dr. Advice, I hail you. Oh yeah, Mona, they leave comment maybe they read. Mona also tell us how una feel about this bill. This Winchi bill where they pass, so where we don't understand. Make una tell us. I want one quick break. Oh, we they come back 1 second. Me I feel remind you now with music. Yeah. Okay, but you don't like?
Yes, that was the first thing I did when I came in. Yeah.
Okay, welcome back, my people. We don't reach here. So, okay, continuing that topic, but now 1 second, you take answer this one. Then, when the traditional council of rulers, Kenneth Unoma, what money, what big is that? Good money, what big is that? Kenneth Unoma, thank you for coming. Oh yeah, Mona, they like, I beg. So, they can still talk another thing. After they say they vehemently reject, they now went on to say, if that law is going to stand, it has to be rotational. That one, I can say, now big Oyibo, may you tell our people, why would they even say rotational? Are they accepting the bill now? Why are they opting for rotational leadership? That if it has to stand, there was a clause. If it has to stand, it has to be rotational. Why?
I think such any person that is beginning to put a clause towards that is trying to cotton to the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, because a whole lot of them are scared. No one wants to oppose him in any way manner. Let us go back again to the history of our country, Nigeria. You remember there was the Sokoto Caliphate then was controlled by Uthman Dan Fodio. Before Uthman Dan Fodio, there was my Idris Aloma. He was in the today's northeastern part of the country. The Empire of Kane Bono, if you remember. Yeah, there was the Kane Bono Empire in northeast. Then we had the Sokoto Caliphate, and we had all these, we had the old Oyo Empire, Benin Empire, all these people. We are a nation of many nations. So Edo were Oba Gwobadia. So except for the fact that if you remember in those days when Benin was in their quest to own territories at that time, from Asaba all the way down to Dahomey, they conquered those areas. The map is still there, the map of the old Benin Empire, until Benin Empire eventually crumbled in 1897. So when you look at all this, once your territory is captured, you are now subsumed. So you are under another king. So no king goes, for example, when you have Jaja of Okpebholo, all these people, there were some areas, for example, the Nana of Shekiri and all that, they come and pay homage. There are some, what's the name of that king in Agbo? Kwagbe Kuzi of Agbo. Those ones came and paid homage. But for one traditional ruler to be under another one, history never recorded that. When you look at even when my Idris Aloma when he was the king of the then Okpebholo Empire, he wrote a letter to Uthman Danfodio and said, actually the second letter that he wrote to Uthman Danfodio, he was accusing Uthman Danfodio of killing his people. Because the first time he came, the people converted into Islamic religion. Then the second time they came back again and they were killing people. And he wrote a letter to him. The first time you said they didn't convert, you wanted to convert them. After you have converted them, now you are going back again to come and, destroy their villages, capture them and stuff like that. So my Idris Aloma already raised that, I raised an eyebrow, telling Uthman Danfodio, more or less like he didn't accept what he was doing. So I don't understand how today a politician in Nigeria will say, okay, you know what? I want to make the descendants of Idris Aloma to be under Uthman Danfodio. That's exactly what they're trying to do.
Like, they just wake up and anything is anything.
Yes. So if you look at it, Islamic religion got into Auchi and all those areas by trading, because the people of the current day Edo North, they traded with Ida. Remember, Ida is across the Niger. Ida used to be in Kwara State. I think now they call it Kogi State. So, remember,
after the
River Niger.
Again, he put it.
Then River Niger. After River Niger, then you have Ida. So, through trading, Islamic religion arrived in Edo State. It was through trading. It was not by design. Uthman and Danfodio never came to our Edo State or the then he never came to the then Bende State or Benin Kingdom of that Benin Kingdom of that era to take one village. No, he did not. But Islamic religion got into this place. It's just pure period via trading. So for you now to say that everyone would be under Uthman Danfodio and be under someone in the Oni of Ife. No, it's not. I don't think any Nigerian should allow any caveat, any clause to be added to it and say if, because this idea of state capture should be resisted. Because the government of today will tell these traditional rulers to say, we declare. And once they declare and you bring this thing under the federal government, the federal government will say, okay, they will say, oh, there's one traditional ruler who is in Iguomo or somewhere, he doesn't want to be part of APC. The next day you will hear that he's been removed and an APC person has been chosen to replace that traditional ruler. That's what. Go ahead.
Just finish the line of thought.
So that is the direction where this government, this Bola Ahmed Tinubu, tend to take Nigerians to. That's where he wants to take everybody to. Where if you don't agree with him, like today, if you are not APC or you are not ready to control to APC, like you cannot be an Iyeki. I mean, we've seen the examples in Edo State. You cannot be an Iyeki. Even Tipa driver.
You cannot have any position
Nothing. Yeah.
You cannot hold any position.
People, you cannot exist.
You cannot be anything. You have to cannot,
be even in your town or in your village, if you are not APC, they will not allow you to exist. So that is so there should be no caveat to say rotational, whether rotational or no rotational. They should not be under the federal government.
This is exactly my point. There should be no caveat. This
No
is exactly
caveat.
what I've been saying. Like, why are you giving in so suddenly? You are rejecting. You are vehemently rejecting. And then you're going again to have a clause. Okay, if this is going to be on, it should be rotational. Might make sense to me.
Yeah,
so that's
that
why
is
I wanted
evil.
to clear our doubts.
Yeah.
Like, it's very vague. It's ambiguous. You're telling me you don't want this, but you are not. On the other hand, you're telling me, okay, make it rotational. Oh, we don't want it. We don't want it.
I hope this video will go viral, so that
I hope so.
professor, so that our professor should understand that this is where the Constitution places our traditional rulers. You cannot overnight just wake up and move it from residual list. No, you can't do that. So there are processes if you intend to do such. Because when you look at it today, look at what is happening in Nigeria. You wake up in the morning and say, the governor and someone is having some issues. You remove him as a governor. The president of the Federal Republic, in a true democracy, in a true federal state, the governor of any country does not have the power to remove an elected governor.
They did in
because
Rivers.
Yeah,
because
like
there's no law. So we are not even talking about anything now.
Yeah,
the rule of
just
law
the way
APC does not respect the law.
Yeah, just the way they are adding a caveat now. He was just removed and the entire country was quiet.
Every time we are quiet about anything,
exactly.
And when we online come out and talk and raise awareness, they start insulting us. Oh, why are you talking? That the country is going down.
Yeah, now you call INEC to come and conduct. Actually, INEC is not supposed to conduct state elections. The state, the resident, you have a resident electoral commissioners in the state, and the state electoral commission should be in charge of conducting elections in the state. So now you are trying to put a rubber stamp of INEC on conducting local government elections.
Yeah, if you're with
I mean, that's what they intend to do. They intend that they want to conduct election. Why are you conducting election under a
INEC?
Ebok Teibas, who's a retired military person? The fact is that state is that's not a democratic state as we speak. So so we cannot wake up one day and someone will just say, "Oh, I have moved the motion." It goes through first reading, second reading. Before you know it, it becomes a law, and the president is ready to assent his signature, and he goes there and he signs. No, it's unacceptable. We cannot begin to put our hands and allow Tinubu to begin to things that are not supposed to be. Obasanjo ruled with this same 1999 constitution, and we have not seen such.
No, we didn't. He didn't go mad. He didn't.
Where the governor
in the market. No,
all these governors who don't know what they are supposed to do. If you are removed as a governor, then you are going to go on.
Okay.
So we in Nigerians, I think we should begin to say no. Whatever you want to do, let the constitution, let it be supreme. When you look at local government, the issue of local government in Edo State as well, the courts have ruled in so many cases that this local government chairman, they should go back.
They should go back. They have been reinstated. They did not appeal the case. Yet Oshomole has told him not to bring them back because they want to flex their muscle.
Exactly. So we cannot begin to have there's lawlessness in the land. And that's an invitation to anarchy.
And he's still getting the funds for local governments.
Yeah, because it's APC. Okpebholo is APC. Therefore, anything he does, they will always at the center. Oh, it's okay as far as an APC state.
Okay. So, sir, thank you very much. So now we understand that there should be no caveats.
No, there shouldn't be a caveat.
If you reject it, you are rejecting it in whole,
in
its entirety. Don't start to give a clause, this and that. So I hope this video, like you said, goes viral, and the Edo Traditional Council hears, see this.
And even those agitating, they should understand that, local government is not supposed to be debated in the House of Senate. we are a federal. I mean, if they want to make Nigeria a unitary state, they should just go and pass a law. This is a unitary state, and they want to change everything. Like again, remember was it not 1982? We all woke up in the morning and heard that Major General. What is his name again? Joshua Nimel Dongoyaro. Buhari did not come on air the first time. It was Joshua Nimel Dongoyaro who came on air and he started talking to Nigeria. So if you are changing everything, if you want to suspend the constitution, well, let us understand that, hey, look, we have a civilian president.
Yeah, all other constitution on hold.
Yeah. It's been suspended. So, but to begin to meddle into, these are very critical area. These are what the fabric of our society. To begin to destroy them, no, that's not how you practice constitutional democracy. So that's my take on that.
Sir. Thank you. We're running ahead. The time is fast spent. Dixon Jemudia, I see you. Where's every other person here? Wow. First Osobasuyi. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming in. You have another topic that you were going to talk about. If you can quickly rush over that.
Okay, I will rush over that quickly. Yes. The other topic that I want to talk about.
We spent a lot of time here. My people, I hope you guys understand what Oga Ogbe has said, how detailed he has given us all the explanations, and he brought us home, took us to Eldorado, brought us back, explained in detail where there should be no caveat at all. The bill does not have any bearing with the Senate. I don't know what it is doing there. And then these people, the Edo Council have rejected. It should stand that way. So I also have many people, before we move on quickly, that are saying, why are we talking for the Oba? Is it not for APC? Why must we talk for him? When APC destroyed the door, or when APC stole the mandate, he was with them. Now, how come we want to talk for him? This thing is asking, and I have so many things on my DM that I didn't even want to talk about.
When, like I said, I wanted
fight for himself because he fought for APC to come
when I was going to start this topic, I said something that I don't. If I bring it to Edo State only, then a lot of people will become emotional and all that. But I just spoke about our constitution, the 1960 constitution, the 1963 constitution, the role of traditional rulers. When we are saying traditional rulers, not just our own traditional rulers only.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't want to do it, because this is diverse.
Yeah, again, when you look at our Edo so Edo is any Mr. Dixon. So what I mean in Nigeria, let everything work for all of us. Whether you are in Kaduna State, whether you are in Edo State, or you are in Bayelsa, anywhere you are in Nigeria, let us begin to agitate and say, this is what, again, that's the reason why the 1999 Constitution need to be amended, or even be... we should come up with something that is new. Unfortunately, Jonathan, after that 2014 compact, it should be scrapped. We had that 2014 compact because it says we, the people. Who are the we that wrote this 1999 Constitution? So this was a decree that was now amended and all that. So it shouldn't work. The other thing that I want to talk about is this internally generated revenue.
Yes, sir. Go on.
Internally generated revenue. Again, I want to say kudos to ex-governor Norerase Obaseki. He's a great man, a great Benin man. I'm so happy that he did all he did for us. After Ogbemudia, the other governor I will mention is Governor Norerase Obaseki. When you look at Governor Ambrose Ali, because I remember when I was in school, I got I got some textbook that says this is the property of Bende State government, not for sale. In the bottom of it, that was.
Did you see Ali? We were using that book. Pencil. some minimum arithmetic.
Yeah,
Property of then the state government.
it's the government. May his soul rest in peace. So when you look at the way and manner that ex-governor Noah Obaseki, the way he utilized our internally generated revenue, how many governors today are able to do that? For me, when you look at the internally generated revenue, for example, when you look at in Edo State, those taxi drivers also, I think when they pay, it was about 500 or so, or 600. I can't remember precisely. But that amount of money that is paid, this taxi driver can go from Benin all the way down to our borders in Ogun on that side, can go to Olobo in our borders on the other side. So you can go everywhere in Edo State. A very small amount of money they can go around. And this money there was transparency, it was well utilized. To me, that's okay. And again, I use myself as an example. When I established a small business in Nigeria, when Oshomola was governor of Edo State, I mean, you will see Ministry of Health will come. So many ministries, they wear their uniform, they come. What are they looking for? They are looking for money. So I sat down and I said, okay, fine. What is the purpose of this internally generated revenue? I'm of the opinion that this internally generated revenue, I know, yes, Governor Obaseki raised it to a certain point, which was good. And we all saw what it was used for. For the first time in the history of Edo State, we saw civil servant earning 13 months salary within a 12 months period.
12 months period, yeah.
And today, I am saying internally generated revenue should be reduced. I cannot say no, you don't tax people. But what I have seen here is that they are taxing small businesses out of business. Small companies. I live here in Canada today, and I am still a small business owner. I have been to so many other countries in the world, developed countries in the world. I have come to understand that these small companies, they are the backbone of any economy. All these small businesses, they are the backbone of any economy. Any of these, when you go to developed countries, how many in Canada here, how many people are the government actually employing? How many of us is working for the government? So we are very few.
So many private owners.
Exactly.
Private businessmen like you.
So when you now begin to tax these people out of proportion, then they will go out of business. If you go to Edo State today, someone that has a POS, they will go to that person and say, pay 500 naira a day. POS. If you go to pure water company today, they say, these pure water companies, they are not refining the water properly and all that. They are taxing every small business. They are taxing them out of proportion to the point that they cannot exist anymore. So this is my grouse with IGR, internally generated revenue. So when you tax this small, because except one time here in Canada, I had a contract with government. Other than that, I don't think I've ever had anything to do with the government. All the countries that I've been to, visited and all that. So when you have these small businesses and they are doing well, just imagine, I took a business to Nigeria and I'm able to employ about maybe 10 people. You take a business to Nigeria, you are able to employ maybe 2-3 people. And these small businesses are not taxed out. I remember I had as part of my business, I had a gigantic cold storage.
Back in Edo.
Yes, then it was the time of Adam Oshomola. So when we go to some bigger cold rooms like that of Iyayi and whatever, by the time you are leaving, you see the state government, they bring in about 2 or 3 people. They go with their wood. Okay, where your money? Money for what? They said is a state government that we have to pay such money to state government. For going there to go and buy more than one carton or so, you have to pay.
If you buy two cartons, you have to pay them.
Oh, one. If you buy one, you pay to these people. Otherwise, they won't let you go out of the gate. So now you have to calculate this same money, put it on top of the number of X carton.
Yeah, the last consumer is always
that is the reason
carrying the biggest burden.
Yes, that is why today go to Lagos State, say how much is a bag of rice. Come to Benin, how much is a bag of rice? How much is a basket of tomatoes and all that? Because the one that pains me most, I have some small, these young boys, probably they were 14 or so. They come and they come to me and say, not me really. They go to the manager of the place and they want to buy
fish.
I created a space within the cold room.
Okay.
For them to put their cold water. They put in their cold
ice.
Water. Okay. They make ice and cold water and all that.
Okay. Not fish.
No, there was another section for the fish.
For fish and then ice.
Okay. Yeah. So these little kids, when they come, they take this. They take this ice water block, whatever. They keep selling it. So when they come, one day I heard them saying that if they cross, that's when I knew that when you are on Sapele Road, if you are facing Sapele, on the left side is Oba local government. On the right side is Oredo local government. I was fortunate to be on the Oredo local government side of it. So when these little kids, they cross that pavement, once they cross that pavement to the other side, they will have to pay another tax. What are they paying taxes on? For hawking pure water. Yes, they have to pay taxes for hawking pure water. I did my own investigation. I found out that as at that time, pure water in Lagos was 5 naira. And in Benin City, it was 10 naira at that time.
Can you imagine?
Because when you begin to tax all these small businesses, people that are hawking oranges, you are taxing them, people with small business that can employ one or two people and all that. Yeah. At that time, if you brought a container from Canada, for example, maybe you brought it from Europe, from America, from any part of the world, you bring it. The next thing you see, those people that say they represent the government, they will tell you have to pay a certain amount of money. What are you going to do when you pay that amount of money?
This is what you have paid at the wharf.
No, that's a different ballgame. So I'm talking about Benin City now. So when you pay this amount of money, what do? You have to take that money and add it to, because no one wants to pay that amount. So that made me to reach the conclusion that the way and manner so many of these our inept governors are imposing internally generated revenue and using Okpebholo as enforcers.
Making life difficult for people.
Our country can never ever grow.
No.
We are not going anywhere. Because, like I said, I major in geography. There was, when you talk about economic geography, there is a role of small businesses in a developing economy. So in Nigeria, a developing economy like Nigeria, when we begin to impose these internally generated revenue at the magnitude at which we are, in fact, there are no small businesses anymore.
No,
those people doing POS now, sometimes there's this what they call Oza. They put their POS inside the Oza. Because if they display it, someone is going to come and tell them that you have to pay 500 naira for the day.
Wow.
We don't have electricity in Nigeria. Those people, where you go and charge your phone, they have generator there. When some of them by 8 o'clock they finish charging their, so you come back after that, they say, "Oh God, we don't get generator or it's not working," because they are trying to avoid those people that are coming to take those money. How can you tax that poor person who is using generator to charge?
Life is really difficult.
And again, those that are open to business and they take that same amount of money that the government is taking from them, they put it on top of it.
Wow.
When Obateki was leaving, how much was a trip of sand in Benin City? Today, how much is a trip of sand? So when you have these government enforcers, Agberu, and there are new taxes coming from somewhere. We don't know what they are using it for. I think it would be a good thing that, again, if I talk about legislation to stop it, I don't think that will work because we are under state capture. When you have a governor that is begging the federal government to be part of the federal government, they will go to any extent to do that begging. So, talking about legislature, we don't have legislatures in Benin City. There's one legislator that I know, Edo State House of Assembly, Charity Agboba. That is the only person that I can say, come rain or shine, he will not leave his political party and join
APC.
Yes. That's in my own thinking. I don't know him, but I have listened to him a couple of times. I'm of the opinion that such an individual who can always hold his own, come rain, come shine. Other than that, everybody is like, it's a one-party system. Nobody there says anything.
Nigeria is not working.
Yeah, it's just like I talked about Senator Siriake Dixon. I don't see Senator Siriake Dixon waking up in the morning and saying, from today, I want to be a member of the APC.
Sir, don't be too sure. It's not. Do you know this capture you're talking about? It's not as if it originated from their mind or this is who they want to be. Tinubu has cajoled all of them, by force. So one time they were disturbing Marcos. Hey, Marcos in the know you take care. Standing. Marcos in Edo State House of Assembly.
Okay, yeah.
Madi Campi, Edio records. This is Marcos facing health issues. He was in Abuja. They want to go and destroy his house. Hey, now so he there for cults. He's a cultist. Marcos was now, forced into joining APC. I don't think that ever came from him. But at the end of the day, after he joined APC, he was no longer a cultist. How did he suddenly change? You see what's going on? What is going on in the state is going on in the federal. Monday has copied everything, and this is exactly what he's replicating. So after Marcos joined APC, cultism was erased. How? What joined a party or whatever, suddenly he's not a member. Like, are you serious?
Yeah, if I remind you, when Aswin Udalo was running to be the governor of Edo State, suddenly we saw this cliche, Uyamba. So what happened suddenly? Okay, so it's
where are you guys?
So they put pressure on the people. They threaten them in so many ways that if you don't join, if you are not, that's the reason why personally I vehemently oppose this idea of a traditional council in Nigeria, because it will be an avenue for the federal government to wake up one day and say, "Oh, the entire Nigeria is now mine. Now I want to stay there for another 4 years or 8 years, as the case may be." So
they impose somebody on us.
Yeah. So that internally,
huge to them.
Yeah, that internally generated revenue to a large extent. I know this is not going to happen in the nearest future, but let us not begin to sing and say internally generated revenue is so good, it's so good. No, they are killing our small businesses, and it is our small businesses that can really make us to get out of where we are today. Because if we someone from CAC, that's the Corporate Affairs Commission, came and met me, and they were asking me, "What is your sales?" They said, "Who is the owner of this business?" So my manager said the owner wasn't around and all that. Then so it was an accountant that told me, he says, "If you tell them your sales, they are not going to think about your profit. It's based on your sales that you have told them. That's how they'll tax you." So I said, "Oh, is that how it works over here?" Whereas here in Canada, you don't pay taxes on your total sales. It's your profit, because you have a running cost. Yeah, you have a running cost. So who is going to tax?
You have a running cost.
Yeah, you have a running cost.
Exactly. Bring things together before it becomes you cannot
Yeah,
sell
before you
it to
can,
the
yeah.
public.
So that's what the accountant warned me. I said, if you just tell them your total sales, they will be taxing you based on your
On the
total
total
sales,
sales, forgetting that you have a running
and you
cost.
have a running cost.
Hey,
So we cannot sustain this. I begin to see that our political elite, to an extent, and not all of them, because when Obaseki came to Edo State, Edo State was prosperous. So you are beginning to see them. It's like there is a flight that these people who are these so-called in quote political leaders especially today within the state capture, they put themselves in an airplane and they have left Nigeria. Though they are in Nigeria, they've left Nigeria. So whatever happens to the common man, it does not affect them in any shape or form.
wow.
But the common man will always be there to bear the brunt. So they are not thinking about development. That brings me down to another point of devaluation of currency. You see, when you look around your studio over there, wherever you are in any part of the world, just look around. You'll see made in China. It's always there. China has always prevailed over their currency. Because that is an industrial hub, production hub. Because if the government don't prevail on their currency, and those things becomes expensive. If, for example, if I buy this pen for $1, it comes here upon cost of shipment and everything. For example, hypothetically, I'm buying it for $1. So if they don't prevail on their currency and it becomes about $10, I'm not going to buy it made in China because it's not getting too expensive. So they sell in large quantities, they make their money, and on. People are employed. But in our country called Nigeria, someone took it upon himself to be devaluing. They said it's a bold step. It's a bold step. And we have a governor who is so when you look at this, when you devalue the currency in Nigeria, what are we exporting?
A toothpick.
What are we exporting?
Nothing.
If we, for example, now let us assume, like, when again, kudos to Governor Obaseki. I've never been there, but someone from Oronigbe called me and said, if you go and see the rubber plantation in Oronigbe.
Yes,
So over time, look at
the economic policies that play.
So when, for example, that trajectory, some other person, they were able to follow it, we will be able to export. Remember, I think it was in 1972, Malaysia, because I said I major in geography, Malaysia came and they took what? They took rubber seedlings and palm kernel. And today, guess what? They are doing excellently well with those rubber seedlings and palm kernel that were taken from Naifor and some other places here in our Edo State. But where are we?
Nowhere.
We have governors upon governors. Now my tongue.
Nowhere.
So now, when you devalue the currency of a people, I don't understand the economic policies, because me, I'm not an economist. I just read some few economic geography that I can use to understand the direction of where things are going. So the question is this: we don't produce, except that we are produced oil, our crude oil, and that one is sold in
the crude oil is brought back to us now.
It's sold in US dollars. So it's not like, okay, when you are selling, it makes it cheaper for other countries. No, it's regulated, OPEC. So if you don't produce, you are not selling your cassava, you are not selling your yams outside of the country, you are not selling your oil, palm kernel and stuff like that, you are not selling cocoa in large quantities out of Nigeria. So, and you are devaluing your currency. So what do you intend to achieve with that? Except for the fact that, we are giving states more money. We are giving states more money.
So do what?
Even the money they are giving them.
We have right now.
Yeah,
the federal government is claiming, there's so much money. They gave the governors. What are they doing with the monies?
Okay, what happened when too much money is chasing few goods?
Inflation, sir. Inflation is so easy to know. You don't
So-
even have to, it's not rocket science.
So
Inflation.
when we have all these things that they are doing around us and we don't say anything. So for me, devaluing our currency is that's, to me, is diabolic. It's more than witchcraft. Because basically what
This is
happened was that
they've reduced us to nothing.
Yeah. What happened is that those people who had money in Nigeria, in Nigerian banks at that time, that money was reduced to, like, it's like if you have 1,000 naira, suddenly from your 1,000 naira becomes like about 300 naira. That's what they did to Nigerians. The purchasing power was down. So these are the two topics that I intend to talk about today. This IGRO, I don't think this is the right way to go. I'm not saying there should be no IGRO. There should be IGRO, internally generated revenue, but the way and manner they are going about it. And I remember, it was maybe one of my first time I appeared on your program, and I said that in the era of Ushumole, people came to my house in the GRA, and they said they needed how many dogs do you have here? They were on some uniform.
You have to pay.
I told them. They said I have to pay taxes on those dogs. I said no, that's not possible. I said, are you sure? They told me, yeah. They told me they were at Rotational House. I actually went there personally. I still have that receipt, still with me at home in Nigeria.
You have to pay.
So I went over there and I paid. So these guys are for real.
Yes.
I have to pay taxes on my dogs.
Yes. And this does not move the state forward. Tax here, tax there. Very soon, the air that we breathe will be taxed. Yeah, that's the last one now. The air that we breathe will be taxed.
Yeah.
So see if have you finished your line of thought?
Yeah. This is I don't think I want to add any other thing to it. So because of time,
would you have maybe 10, 15 minutes to take calls? I can see it for me.
Yes.
Because
I'll be able to do that.
Okay, so I'll open the line. But anyway, before we do that quickly, guys, go and like this show. Like. So the message that we are trying to pass to Governor Okpebholo now is, please reconsider, take a step back and look into this IGRO tax. These people you are taxing, they don't get any succor from the government. No succor from any corner. But at the end of the day, you are taxing the pure water guy. And that person is just existing, like just living. That is not a life. Trying to thrive, yet you are taxing out of order. Your people, you're there, Agberos that are with you are taxing and taxing. Very soon, whatever you say now, if your words are more than 10 per minute, you have to pay tax. If you breathe too much oxygen, you have to pay tax. This is not going to make this state go forward. IGRO.
Okay,
it's going to just draw us back. What were you saying, sir?
Let me quickly say something. If you go to Okpebholo or Igbo and something like that, you go and buy Uloka and you bring it to Benin City. This is the bad part of it. Once you bring it to Benin City, you bring it to a market. The taxi driver that haul these items down to Benin City, he pays taxes, different taxes, local government, blah, blah, blah. By the time he arrives in Benin City, then you will now meet the new Iyeki. The Iyeki will say, Ero Sapolo. For the benefit of those who don't understand our language, what they say, the Iyeki, that's the head of the market, will go and send someone go and touch that item. As they are touching it, you cannot sell it to any other person. So that person will now determine the price he or she will buy. Then the next person that will come will say, you need to pay taxes for bringing this Uloka to this place. You have to pay, otherwise
just trying to survive.
Yeah, please verify what I'm saying. Yeah, please verify what I'm saying. So they will say, the other person will come and say, you have to pay. You pay this under the auspices of IGRO, this person will pay. And one individual will monopolize and say, this is how much I'm going to give to you. If you don't like it, you paid taxes and everything, you can take it anywhere. Go and sample the prices of food in another state and that of Edo State. That of Edo State is higher. The reason not, I mean, because a lot of taxes are being paid into the hands of individuals, and these individuals, they come under the auspices of this money is going to the state. It is not going to the state. It is going to the pockets of some private agberos who the state government has employed.
Move forward
by our constitution. It is only the state government that is saddled. Yeah, it is only the state government that is saddled with the responsibility of collecting taxes. It's only the government, not individuals. So I begin to wonder, are we deliberately throwing our people into poverty?
Yes, this is it. So, I don't know if they know that it's you know, like something that is working against us. They just think they are raising IGR, and no, this is a brick wall. Nobody can exist like this. No, this is a brick wall. This is a brick wall.
Yeah.
We're passing this message to you, Okpebholo. The agberos that you put in town to collect taxes, and what they are taxing is not it's not viable. It's not something that they should be doing. Pure water, we don't get succor. This is not like abroad where you get government assistance. Social in Nigeria. So if people are so if people are trying to exist or to just live by through the day, they are not supposed to be taxed like this. This is evil. This is witchcraft. Take your men back. Take them off the streets. Let human beings breathe. Let Edolites have some little, breath of fresh air.
Exactly.
And the other thing is, the more you tax this small business or small scale business owners, the more people fall into poverty, because the end consumer, the very last one,
you're right.
They pay everything. Because when you know mure leki, that person is thinking, okay, I go sell them, I go gain 5 naira. But they don't already put 5 naira for the tax. So what did the person go do? He go put 10 naira. Because I gain here. So she has to now put more money on top so that she can get her own cost and her gain.
That's true. That's the reason why Edo State is more expensive than any other state around our neighbors.
The problem. Yes. IGR problem. Tax. And on top of those things, you still have Edo Union there. On top of the people that will come and collect IGR, you have Edo Union that will tell you, we tell you when what I want. You people are making life, unbearable for Edolites. Okay, so there's a call that came in. I don't know this person.
Okay.
Let me see and call back. Call twice. Sorry, Sam. Talking.
Not a problem.
Oh, okay. Let's see. If this person is still there, you can call. Maybe we'll try to take 2-3 calls, and yeah, this person maybe know my number and called already.
Okay.
Hello, Kay. Hello. Good day. I better tell my people who you be and where they call from.
My name is Ken. I call from Texas.
Okay, Ken from Texas. God bless you. Right on.
But I quickly want to try and understand the bill way they try pass. I don't really understand.
Oh,
going to details really well.
Quick come.
No. Just please, just enlighten me a little bit about the bill where they try to pass.
Okay.
And I still have my own contribution to.
Okay. Okay, if you use 1 minute, take talk that one. Now wrap up. He say quick come, but you take time, go watch him. Tell her what the bill talk about. I beg, quick.
Oh, basically the bill is about making 2 traditional rulers to be chairman of Traditional Rulers Council in Nigeria. So every other traditional ruler will be under this. I mean, it's like they're subject to them. So that's what basically the bill is about. And
okay. So make your contribution.
Like my brother, I'm not with saying this everybody.
I could barely hear him. If I have to take notes.
Oh, you can't hear him, sir.
I hear him, but
my loudest,
it's fainting. Yeah. Okay, it's all right. I'll cope.
Oh yeah, go on, sir. Go on.
I feel like my brother Albert will say this evil right will beat everybody, it will touch everybody. By the time they were desecrating our traditional whatever in Benin there, the palace was silent about it. As never in Benin history and a non-Benin Iyeki in Edo State. No, it never happened before. Then just come on the name of politics, they turn everything upside down.
Yeah.
Well, me I not going to talk for that one. If you want to be subject, make it become subject. Make it quiet, and not talk past there. Another thing I want to say, Okpebholo, when we talk about IGR.
Yes.
Okpebholo understand them.
On your say Manata man now where this is evil. Come on, if you look why we not pay tax?
Bring in the iPhone charger, please.
It won't beat everybody. So me, I want to spend naira, I spend dollars.
I know.
So my dollar will suffer. All these people they do their own until they wake up to fight. We set up business in Edo State during Oshomole time. We hired close to like 15 people or more. But Oshomole tax till we close that place down.
Now so they been everybody they closed up.
Yeah.
We close that down. During Oshomole time, the days of Obaseki, small business was thriving.
They were thriving. That's what I'm saying.
Look at Ring Road now. When people tell me how Ring Road be, I say, be like the days of 1999.
Lucky time. That's a way I do the rain.
I know nothing. It's just there's a puppet. May I pray one day make that Benin really wake up? Because before, we just see Benin as one family. All of us, they see Benin as one family.
Exactly.
Not tribe or Benin or not Benin, all of us are one family. We talk with one voice. Who with that person will raise voice against our palace? I want to come against that. But now, everybody don't keep quiet.
That's so.
When they do the thing with you, they are mine. Mama, I agree with you. Now, my contribution.
Thank you, Wama. Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution.
Yeah.
You hear waiting our brother talk.
I heard him.
He say, Papa, two things. He say, Papa will not fight for children. When Papa get problem, children not go fight for them. Then again, he talk about IGR, when they tax, they make people poor the more. One day we are passing this message to you because IGR on your own jurisdiction.
I am glad that he agreed with me on that. I mean everything.
Because he
when
said
it comes to IGR,
until they close them down. When you close your own, I close mine. Ajibola closes. Who go get small scale business? Small scale business they help.
I didn't know that we were going to have someone like Governor Obaseki. So by the time Obaseki came, I saw that the business was not sustainable. I was taking money from here, we put it in there, and before you know it, I said no, it's not sustainable. I sold everything.
See, now people who stayed with Obaseki are going to be selling everything again, because the more you tax me, you frustrate me out of business.
Exactly.
If you get point where you go reach, that will be the boiling point. I not go fit take them again. I go close down. So if we all begin to close down, and they don't know the importance of small scale business at all. Say now they help. Everybody cannot be working for government too. How many parastatals they get where they want to employ everybody? We all cannot be working for government.
Yeah.
There are some business people, some small scale, these private. Now they make the capital, the economy, they move.
There was this young man that was he was working so hard, and I saw him. The best I could do, I converted him into a domestic staff. So basically, there was nothing for him to do. I converted him from working in a code room, converted to a domestic staff. He goes out there to go and give something to my mom and stuff like that. After I did that, at least I tried for him. After 4 years, I have to let him go. So that's the best I could do. So when you employ people, when you are an employer of labor, the government is using this IGR to frustrate in businesses. Just imagine, for example.
It doesn't make sense.
There's a new trend that I have observed. I've observed a new trend that most of our people who are here in the past 1 year after this election, when they are going on vacation, they go to the Caribbean. That's what they've been doing. Instead of going to Benin City, they go to the Caribbean. So just imagine, for example, if I go home and spend $1,000, hypothetically, you go to Nigeria and spend $1,000. Every other person, but there's no way you will leave this part of the world and go to Benin City and you don't spend $1,000 outside of it. So when you begin to do, just imagine the number of people that we have outside. So when we begin to do this, what are we doing? People will be able to sell, hotels will sell, so many other things, on and on and on and on. That is money coming from nowhere. These were not money that somebody working at Palm House was paid, not money that somebody working at the Ministry of Education was paid. So when you begin to allow those things, create an enabling environment for small businesses to try, for recreational activities, for tourism and all that, your economy will blossom. But when you close these doors, no company again,
no company, and there is lawlessness.
Yes. So what are you? I mean, these people want to turn Nigeria into another Somalia.
In fact, it don't worse. It don't worse. But somebody will get money now, $100,000, say you want to invest now. Yeah, go let them come. Because when una taking land, way and Okaige taking land and all of those things, or they beat him, he go court, he not go get justice.
Since Obaseki left, have you tried to go and do any C of O on the property? No. The best you can do is survey. You can only do survey. That's it. 1 year running.
You are running it down to the ground.
Yes.
What kind of thing is that? And he came on air to tell the world that his 8 months of administration is way, way better than 8 years of Obaseki. I'm like, okay, one day, before you start politicking like this, go down. It's because you are not busy enough. All you are doing is to 2027 for Tinubu, because you are also safeguarding your 2028. So it not be like that. Go down and check. Are the people happy? Not your chieftains, because you are feeding them facts. The people on the street, okay, you are the governor. Take people, neutral people. Are they happy? Are the small scale business owners happy? That is how you know that you are doing well. Our way 8 months is better. 8 months of flood, Okpebholo, Okpebholo. And I can see some comments on my comments were telling me that Obaseki failed in all ramifications. I think it's by Lucky. Obaseki failed in all ramifications. He's a this, he's a that. He didn't control the flood. Lucky, I want to tell you, if you want to remain on this platform, you better be polite, and we'll let you stay there, because we don't eat people. You see that we didn't insult anybody since, but we are just saying the truth. Let's speak the truth. Obaseki, at this time of the day, had this silt. Monday was running to and fro to Abuja for tribunal cases to go and bribe all the judges to buy the judgments. And there was no disputing. Now we are in June, July, August, and you are not telling me that Obaseki is a flood in Arona. Don't you know your people sense when they start?
I don't think you should waste your time and energy.
I just want to tell him a little. You should be polite.
Some of them. There's a lot of there's a lot of ignorance. There's a lot of ignorance. Ignorance in the sense that it's not because a man is putting on a shirt or he can write some few sentences that makes him to know something. When it comes to if you ask him the topography of Edo, he doesn't know. He doesn't know anything about it.
It's not because you can write.
Look,
has to pass through you.
Yeah, I just, there's the town where I was born, where I was raised up, and all that.
You are blaming Obaseki for the flood right now when Monday did not desilt.
There's we have it's by the River Orion. I started going to Benin City before I started having. I mean, in those days I was in a boarding house. That's when I get bitten by a mosquito, because every gutter is going to River Orion. We don't have stagnant water, so there's no breeding place for mosquitoes and all that. So when you have the Oba River there, you have Okpebholo River there, and so many other things. If actually Obaseki has done a lot for Edo people.
It did.
So,
Edo people, in my most of us.
This is what happened.
Open our horizon.
Yeah, let me explain the likes of Lucky. Is that the person called Lucky? I don't know. What do you call that individual?
I didn't just.
So what happened is that there are some of these people.
There. I'm like, okay, Monday needed to desilt because they can't pave all the road right now, sir. It's not possible.
Yeah, there are some of these people. They are paid 20,000 naira. When I tell you about this state capture, if you go to our Rise News, there are APC agents there. If you go to channels, there are APC agents. Forget about the other one.
No matter how bad, they don't see anything.
So he plants these people around, and they are giving some stipends in order to begin to say, "Oh, this man is doing well." So when you begin to listen to some of these so-called seasoned journalists, you begin to wonder: are these people living in Nigeria or they are not living in Nigeria? So, such an individual like Lucky is giving about 10,000 naira, probably, or 20,000 naira. He buys his data and everything. He's happy.
Yeah.
Edo is happy.
So you don't see anything.
Everybody's
wrong
happy.
Right
Yeah, they don't see anything wrong.
Going on.
That is how this man have been able to run the entire South. It's a shame. They give some of these people. They give them some of these podcasts. They are springing up from somewhere. They are giving some stipends, 30,000-40,000 naira a month and all that. They give it to them. They come out and talk trash to the people instead of educating the people to let the people understand that.
Yeah, let's say the truth. Let's be truthful at all times.
In our Nigeria, I bought a bag for my mother. I bought it for 7,000 naira not too long ago.
Wow.
In the same Nigeria, we bought fuel at 97 naira a liter. Before this government came in, how much was it? It was 200 and something, about 200, 215. It was hovering around there. Then today, someone is coming to talk about Obaseki. And we are not going to waste our time talking to.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. My people will now do well. Andrew Gentle, I see you, but you not quick come. I beg, if you not late, come. When we finish this program, you now go watch. You now go back again, sit down, put your earpiece, so you enjoy area mama and Oga Ogbe, the new Sharif in town.
I don't be Sharif. How do you spell that Sharif? Is the new Sharif in
CHARIF, the new Sharif in town.
There's something I learned from my Shekiri friends.
Yes, sir.
A Shekiri friend was the one that taught me how to paddle. He taught me how to paddle canoe. Those states used to be the then Bender states or so. We were lovely people. Then I had another friend. His name is Ibinabo. He's an Ijaw person. He taught me how to go and catch fish. Not fishing. There's a way you go to the swamp and you get, you catch some big fish. So the Shekiri one told me that they have a saying, popular saying, that Kabi Akba, Kabiole, which means instead of you to give birth to and
I don't want you to give birth to Ozuo. Instead of give birth to a thief. Because it's a feeling like Dwemili, no man no name what Dwemili. Or Dwemili not swa Ozuo you way.
Why all these people chose to give birth to Akba in our governor? In our governor, I don't understand. It's still and we go Muyoru. When he spoke about it, he could not say 15 million. He said 1.5 million.
Yeah, even 15
in his
million.
budget.
The guy and numbers, I think they have some quarter number.
In his budget. You see, when so you look at Obaseki was so sound. The budget now, he didn't know how much he was budgeting. He didn't know how much he was budgeting. Yeah, he didn't know how much he was budgeting. He didn't even go back to say, oh, in education, this is what we are going to do. You didn't even tell us what you are going to use that budget to strengthen.
Yeah.
That this is the existing situation. By the time we begin to spend this money in this area, this is our expectation. When we go to agriculture, this is agriculture.
When you ask, oh, we're like do is for you and I, for all of us. Why are you asking APC how they spend the money? It is our money. It is the state treasury. It is the state treasury. It's our money. It's not Monday Okpebholo's money. So it's our government. The administration belongs to Edo people, not APC. So when we ask for accountability, you are not supposed to tell us not to enter Edo. Tell us what you are doing with all these monies. And you know what their copyings are at the federal level. Whatever Tinubu says is a de facto government. Whatever he says, Akpabio, the eyes have it. I have it. That is de facto government. And up and down. This is exactly what they've copied now. That is going on in Benin City, in Edo State. Whatever Monday says, or if it's time for do you know when he goofed with that numbers, he couldn't even tell us his own appropriation bill. Almighty time in my nigo no he. It's not fair. You need to hold people accountable. And when we talk, we say no enter Edo, no enter Edo. If we no enter Edo, me no enter, you no enter. Who go enter Edo? Edo don't get finished. Okay, Monty. Okay, Monty. Now we dey talk to for this one. Okay, what do you want to? Then we round up.
Yeah, I think that if they are copying the federal government, they will end up failing. You know, history is the greatest judge. So I have made the other day I said something about this inept. I call him an inept governor. I spoke about this saber rattling. Saber rattling in the sense that they are threatening brimstone every time Obi should not come, should not come, and I wrote one piece that I wrote. I said something in Arise. I said there is already an earthquake of about 8.0 in a Richter scale, because as earthquake, you measure them in Richter scale. There's another scale, but I prefer the Richter scale. So when that earthquake, that earthquake has happened in the sea, and it's going to bring a tsunami. And that tsunami is coming. If they don't see it coming, those that are defecting, I'm not a politician again. I will say that, make it clear. I'm not a politician. I don't support any political party. But when I see an individual that I think can do the job, I will have to support that individual. So that earthquake has happened. It's about 8.0 on the Richter scale. For those that understand geography, when you have an earthquake of about that magnitude, you know what it means. So the tsunami will definitely come to the shore. And when it reaches the shores of our country, it's a political tsunami. I think those that are defecting, they will sing a different song altogether. Okay. This idea of saber rattling, trying to make every human being in Nigeria to become an
voices of dissent.
Yeah. So
Thank you, everyone.
That's where I'm calling. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution today. We don't learn a lot because this traditional council of traditional rulers, I didn't want to talk about it, but when you said you have something to teach us, I said, okay, let me listen. And really, I have come to understand even more today. And I think that's also for our viewers here, that is also a point that you will note. Thank you, sir. So the last message that we're sending to Governor Monday Okpebholo, please, your agbero tax people, I don't know what they call them, make una sorry for the common man. the common man on the street, not SPC chieftain. APC chieftains, they don't know what is going on right now. They're not then their market where they go now, our money that they use, because you already promised that you're going to feed them fat. The common man on the street are human beings too, like your APC chieftain. Make we sorry for them. Sorry for them. This IGR when they tax everything to the extent now, say when we breathe or when we talk too much, people like me now they tax the thing where they talk because it's too much where they come out from my mouth. I beg, make you reduce them. Via la wa, iya no ya tax in here on your na tax. From the very smallest scale business owner. You don't tax those people. You don't. The IGR where we they get, we know how Obaseki, you not agree open book, man, you know how to do them. You not agree your people where they lead you, they go, they not agree tell you how to do this IGR. Do they frustrate Edolites? Many people they cry. They don't cry, can't reach our DM. Or madam, make you talk this thing, come out. We not fit stay for a do again. Things are so expensive and unbearable, the suffering. Where Tinubu costs already don't they there. You now can they add your own. Make you sorry for people. We be human beings, I beg. We be human beings. Everyone is not equal. Not all fingers are equal. Make we sorry for human beings. Okay, thank you so much.
Edo line, he will not make profit from Edo line.
That I don't understand. I really don't. That's not a viable.
It's not a viable business for the state.
Any rain in here for state government.
Yeah, it's not going to make profit from it. That's one, and also
you gonna have the
that Oshomola style administration is mundane. Even in the era of Genesis Kabube in 1963, Boni.
At the time, Edo line was on top. But right now, I don't see it as a viable.
No, it's not a viable business for the state.
No,
anyway, that's okay. Let me not
spend a lot of money on this, and let me see what is going to come out of it. You know, they don't report any IGR. They just wake up and write whatever they want to write. This is a shady type of administration. Thank you so much.
We appreciate all of you for taking time to listen to us today. We appreciate all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is that your last word? I'm going to end the show.
Yeah, I'm done. I don't
know if I should put any music before we go, because it's always our
it's our tradition. So we do that.
Our tradition. We don't want to stop it. One second, guys. Thank you. If you are just coming, I know maybe you were busy. Please go back to the video. First of all, just quickly like it, so you not forget. Press that button so that YouTube will recommend the channel. Like, and if you haven't subscribed and you like what you're hearing, if you are somebody who wants to hear the truth and dwell in truth, this is the channel to come. This is the channel to be in. Channel to watch. So, Oga, thank you again for your immense support. Thank you for teaching us Mr. Geographer, the new sheriff in town. No more, sir. No more. If you like say your get a network problem, because you don't freeze. And they see I'm there. They see I'm saying. Okasa, we don't go. My people, Yahweh say, I go see you now soon. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you.